I'm Mike Wright. I'm Professor of Entrepreneurship at Imperial College Business School. I'm also Director of the Centre for Management Buyout Research that I founded in 1986. So the Centre monitors developments in private equity in the UK and Europe. So we have a big impact on the market because we provide regular reports for players in the market to build into their strategy and so on. And we use that database, which is now over 30,000 firms, to do more detailed studies of the impact of private equity. And one of the major studies we did was recently for the European Venture Capital Association, which was at the height of the debate about the effects of private equity on employment and human resource management. And this was a study we did right across Europe, and that study was used during the debates in the European Parliament to provide some concrete evidence on what really was the effect of private equity. So we wanted to provide a balanced view, a systematic view of what really was happening. And from that study we were able to show that the impact of private equity was far more positive than some of the outlandish, perhaps at times, examples suggest. So we were able to say, well, we get very little Union D recognition. You do actually see some positive impact on employment practices. You do see some greater involvement, greater consultation. And in terms of employment levels, we were able to show, well, okay, in some cases you do see reductions in employment, but in other cases you see increases in employment. And it's important to understand that this heterogeneity and also some of the reasons why we might actually see some falls in employment. We know that that was helping to frame and key into framing of the legislation and the directives on regulation of alternative investment funds such as private equity. Although we have this impact at the policy level, the research we've been doing also has an impact on teaching. So this project and some other work I've done with colleague Nick Wilson and so on have an impact on our teaching, particularly on our MBA programme. So for example, I teach a module on venture capital and private equity, and although private equity is sometimes seen as being just about finance, the work we've done is to show that, well, it actually has an entrepreneurial dimension as well as a financial dimension. So that's another particular example where we have research that is rigorous, it's conceptually based, it's publishable in world-class journals, it has a policy implication, it has a practical implication for the industry, but it also has a teaching implication for students.